Hello everyone, welcome back to the exPAWers travel channel, and we are on a quest to travel the world by van. We're currently in central Spain in Extremadura province, and right now we're on the outskirts of the mountain town of Hervás, and we've got a fabulous location parked up by this beautiful lake.
Yes, so we've been on the shores of this beautiful lake for a few days now. Well, it's not actually a lake, it's a reservoir, but we prefer to call...
A lakey reservoir.
Yeah,
that's what we know.
We're not going to do that, we're going to call it a lake. It's an artificial lake, it's got a dam, so it is a reservoir, but it's an artificial lake. We'll just shorten it to lake.
We prefer lake.
Yes. Just sounds better, doesn't it? So anyway, we've been on the shores of this beautiful lake for a few days now, and it's just been really nice. We've got this sort of private beach, pretty much had it to ourselves.
There's been no one down here again. Good. It's just incredible, it really is. So we spent the first few days just down in that location. Right
here, which was really, really nice. Got our own little rockery here, little field here, just like literally a 10-metre walk to the beach. But unfortunately, we had a few little unwanted guests.
Yeah, so basically at night time, the whole area, all the grass came alive.
Yeah, there's these tiny, tiny little cute, they're spiders, we'll call them spiders, but they're quite sweet.
They're not sweet.
They are.
And they're not tiny.
Well,
if you think about the size of them, they're about this big.
They're like daddy long legs, but they've got little ball-shaped bodies, got no, features or anything. You can't even see eyes, and they just don't seem to know what they're doing. A bit.
Listen, what happened is I stepped out of the van to go to the loo, had the torch, it was completely dark, walking along, I sort of felt something in my feet. I did have my flip-flops on, but looked down with the torch and they were everywhere, all over the grass. I was like, oh my God!
But you shine the torch and they run away. They're quite, I think they're quite sweet. Scary. I don't like spiders, but I thought they were quite sweet. I thought they were sweet until we realised how many there were. And in that lovely rockery I mentioned,
that's where they live.
Just literally a metre away from the van, that's where they were. And you look under the underside, which is sort of shaded from the sun during the day, and there were hundreds.
Yeah. So we weren't that bothered really. We stayed there, we thought, oh well, they don't come out in the day, you don't see them at all in the daytime. That's absolutely fine, and we'll just be a bit careful where we stand at night. So that was all good until they decided to make a little base in the van. Well,
actually only a couple came in the van. So that was all right. It's when they started coming under the van and in the wheel arches. We looked in the wheel arches and there were literally loads and loads. They'd actually moved from the rocks to the van. So
then we thought, look, they're going to actually start coming in the van if that's where they're hanging out. And we'd already seen one or two in the van, so we didn't want to wait any longer.
Yeah. So we decided to move back up here, but this spot's probably actually a little bit nicer. You're a little bit further from the beach, the nice private beach, but you're a little bit higher up, so you got beautiful views all the way down the lake. And then the sunsets and sunrises have been amazing from here. When the sun sets, it lights up those mountains, and that sort of little valley crater kind of thing looks amazing. And then the sunrise is coming over, the sun's coming over those mountains. It's been really, really nice. The dogs have loved it. They've just been able to roam free. They've just been chilling on the mat here or wandering around. Both of them looking in their little crevices for those little spiders. But they really enjoyed themselves. Nice little sunrise morning walks when it's nice and cool. And it's just been really, really nice chilling out again. Making a habit of this, aren't we?
And of course, guys, as always, we've spent loads of time on the set boards. Yeah, so these mountain views, the fact that we've got a private beach, the peace and quiet and everything else that goes along with this fabulous location has been absolutely brilliant.
That's not the best thing about this little stop off. Something amazing has happened during our time here.
This is probably the most exciting day ever in the van. I mean, not just because we're at a stunning location with a lake and our own private beach and just loving life. It's about to get seriously so much better in this van. Ready? Shush, Diz.
Wow, what the hell is that? Oh my god, it's a giant crumpet! Oh my gosh.
I've managed to make our own crumpets.
Wow, that's good.
And not just any old crumpet, a huge crumpet!
Go on then, slice it. I feel like it's a wedding cake or something. Birthday cake, a big birthday cake. Look at the size of that.
It feels totally like a crumpet.
Smells like a crumpet. Feels like a crumpet. Will it taste like one?
We've gone olive oil and Marmite.
As always.
Ready, love? Try. You might want a bit more olive oil on it so you can try it. Here we go.
Wow, look at that. Oh, look at that. That
Ready?
is definitely crumpet-like.
Let's go, let's go.
Mmm. Spot on that.
Tastes like a crumpet, doesn't it?
Mmm.
Mmm.
Guys, not just saying that, that is seriously good. It's thicker and it's spongier and it's maybe even nicer. And it's got all the holes. The holes just magically appear.
I think it's nicer than those Morrison's ones.
Mmm. Look at that.
Oh, it's nice with the base, isn't it? The crunchy base. I can't believe it.
This is probably one of the happiest days of my life on the road.
They're not actually that hard to make. Cheers.
Cheers. What a breakfast. Breakfast of champions.
So yes guys, that was yesterday morning, and then this morning, while Nick was out getting the supboard ready to go on the lake, ta-da! Check out these!
Check out those beauties.
Yes, basically we're going crumpet crazy in this van, and when I have perfected the recipe, I've got to do a few more trials and a few different techniques, but when I've perfected it I will let you guys know how to make the perfect van made crumpet. By the way, before you actually eat these, just like shop bought ones, you toast it first. So I prepared these this morning, they've actually gone cold now, and then we'll toast them a bit more. That's why they're not quite as brown on top as they are supposed to be, because they need toasted. Oh, we're just so happy we can make crumpets in the van.
They're so good as well. Just have one of those each and you're set up for the whole day.
No, you don't have a whole one. We had half one each yesterday. The one we made yesterday was half that, and we were full up, weren't we?
It's like a proper meal.
It was so good. So, yeah, really happy, and we will share it with you soon.
So now we don't need to go back to the UK. Only joking.
So now I've sorted out the ultimate van life breakfast for the rest of the trip. Something relating to that. We did a live feed last week, and we had a few requests. And you guys asked for a bit of a demonstration.
Hey guys, welcome to Nick's Coffee Time. Yes, I've had a few requests on how I make the iced coffees. Really simple, really tasty and refreshing. So I'll quickly run through how I do it now. So first of all, you need 2 cups, some milk, some coffee, obviously a teaspoon, a container of water, and a frappuccino or frappe maker, whatever it's called, a little whisk thing. Okay, so let's get going with this. It's really easy to do. First of all, you've got to grab yourself a cup, 1 teaspoon of coffee in that cup, a nice heaped one to get you going. And then there's a number of different ways to do it. This is how we do it. If we've got milk, we add milk. If we haven't, just water. So you add about 3 centimeters of milk to it, to the coffee. Oh, it seems very simple. This is where the magic happens. A little frappe maker. Whisk that up. Now if you use milk, it doesn't froth up that much. If you use water, it goes crazy, and basically from about a quarter full you could fill the whole cup with froth. So we're just using milk today, which gives it a little sweeter taste. You can add vanilla sugar, cinnamon, or whatever you want to it to make it more like a dessert. So simply whisk those up. I'll get my missus to wash that later. So now you've got some nice frothed up, just coffee and milk. Next, we need an ice bucket. Oh, that's handy. So now I tend to fill up the coffees with ice because it's important to have them really, really cold. And then with this, you've got some ice water. So top those up with water. They're looking quite good now. You can garnish them with a coffee bean, but it's probably just going to get stuck in your throat, innit? So won't bother. Cinnamon! Where's the cinnamon? Where's my assistant? Dizzee, Charlie, Sarah?
In that cupboard over there.
Oh, what, in amongst all the spices? Where in the cupboard?
I gotta sort that spice cupboard out later.
Sarah's spice cupboard is ridiculous. Anyway, love a bit of cinnamon. Chopping that up with water. Now you can garnish it with chocolate shavings, nuts, whatever you want. You could put a blob of ice cream in there, whatever takes your fancy, and then finish off with a little straw. Now the teaspoon, ice bucket and cups don't have to match your top, but it makes the video look better. Cheers! Thank you for attending Nick's Coffee Time. We'll see you next time.
Any other skills you've got other than coffee?
See, another little tip, if you just want normal coffees, get your cinnamon and just tip a load in the instant coffee.
No!
So then you have cinnamon
No!
The problem is with these iced coffees and the crumpets is they're so blooming nice that they're gone like that.
Yes, you have to keep making them all day.
Yeah, and you just end up spending your whole time making coffees and crumpets.
And off your head on caffeine.
But we haven't just been eating crumpets and drinking iced coffees and lazing round the lake. We have actually got on with some chores.
So we kind of feel sorry for the little spiders, but they've got to go. So we're going to have to blast them out with a power hose.
There's still loads, they're all clinging, they're under the rim, holding on for dear life.
There's loads, there's loads. Hopefully it won't kill them, it'll just wish them away and might break a few legs, but you know, what can you do?
I've got 8, so they're alright.
This is a bit of a rubbish station because the water spray thing doesn't work. I mean, look how old these machines are.
I'm going to have to come the other way, darling, aren't I? It's not going to stretch.
So we're going to hoover the spiders up instead, if we can stretch the hoover over. Vacuum, sorry, we're going to vacuum the spiders up instead, if we can reach around with the vacuum.
I can't actually see anything.
Poor little spiders.
So we have come to one of the 2 garages here in Hervas. They're closed in like an hour and 20 minutes. He phoned his jefe, his boss, explained what it was, and his boss is supposed to be coming, well, should be here now. To sort out, here he is. Should only take half an hour.
So yes, hopefully we can finally get this little piece sorted.
Yeah, we thought we'd best do it because the gaffer tape, the masking tape wasn't quite working.
And it was really good actually. The guy only charged us €30 and it looked quite, we kind of watched what he was doing. It looked kind of quite simple.
It was a lot simpler than
what we originally thought.
Yeah, you didn't have to take the wheel off. There was just an arm, and the previous mechanic had said this as well. It was just like an arm that dropped down.
Yeah.
And then he just slid it on.
But you just have to make sure you have the right amount of turns for the steering. Anyway, it's done now. It only cost €30 and we have a brand new boot, so we're really happy with that.
That's not the only reason we went into town. Look at that.
How cute is that little balcony up there? So sweet, isn't it? For little people.
Look at the size of that door. I mean, this stunning little old town of Hervas, nestled in kind of a little valley surrounded with a backdrop of huge mountains, dates back to the 12th century. The Knights Templar first arrived in the area and the town grew from that. And then in the 15th century, many Jewish families settled here, and they even maintained some of their rituals years after until 1492. The Jewish quarter has been maintained really well, and it's one of the main draws for visitors to the area. We had a fantastic afternoon exploring the labyrinth of tight alleyways, narrow little cobbled streets which surrounded one of the main features of the town, which is the Catholic church on the hill. From the beautiful Catholic church, otherwise known as the Iglesia Santa Maria, we had stunning views, 360-degree views over the whole town, all the beautiful little rooftops and the surrounding countryside, mountains on one side and the beautiful lake on the other. It's really nice wandering around Hervas. You know, from a distance it just looks like another town, you know, nothing special. And you need to know where to go, like the best place to go.
Yeah, and then you find the Jewish quarter. It's just amazing, it really is, so pretty. And then after that we wandered down to the Fuente Chiquita, which is kind of a little bridge with like a little waterfall and a river that kind of runs round the town.
So pretty, with all like smooth rocks, and it looked kind of magical. And then it had the picture perfect postcard picture of these beautiful, really like old Jewish buildings, Jewish
really
style,
old.
and they've got these crazy like steps, like stones sticking out,
go into their back doors kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's
like
really
floating
cool.
steps. Yeah, really cool.
And then after that we went back to the van, and then we did a little short drive down to the aqueduct.
Or up to the aqueduct.
Up to the aqueduct.
And there's an incredible walk you can do from here, which one of our subscribers suggested, but take you hours, and it goes through one of the largest chestnut groves.
Forests, yeah, in the whole of Southern Europe, I think, and definitely one of the best, if not the best. And yeah, so it's a really good hike. So we would definitely recommend that. We're here, and it is still very hot this time of year. You know, we've still got temperatures way into the 30s, so it's a bit much for hiking up mountains, isn't it? But I mean, next time.
Thinking autumn, the pictures we've seen are in autumn, and yeah, the colours on the trees would be beautiful. A part of the start of the walk is you go over an aqueduct or viaduct, which they've changed, and now it's just concreted over, but that marks the start of the walk, and from there you get absolutely stunning views over the town.
Yeah, back towards the town and beyond the town over to this lake.
And you kind of see from there, you can see the church and the convent, which are the two sort of main features on the landscape of the town. But
yeah, so guys, I mean, if you're ever in this part of the world, come here, because as you can see, this lake, you can park up here in your van. It's so quiet, it's peaceful, you've got a beautiful little town, and then beyond this town, sort of into the mountains, there's the Hurt Valley. We're not going to do that, but all around this area basically there's loads to see, isn't there?
It's so hard though, because every route, Spain is a big country, but every road you go past so many beautiful, you know, sites, little towns, little medieval towns. Further up, Beja, there's another
really
town,
nice town,
really pretty, kind of similar to what we've just seen.
Yeah. I think the Hurt Valley it's got like rock pools and really cool rock formations.
But that's over those huge mountains there.
And because we haven't had any rain for months and months and months, it's probably not worth us going up there. In a couple of months' time, or a month's time, when they do have the first rain, it'll probably be awesome. And they do like all adventure sports and canyoning and all sorts of things like that.
Basically, there's so much to see. Every road you take, you just can, you know, but we can't see everything.
We can't see everything.
I'm glad we went here though, really nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Really nice.
We've had such a good little stop. So so now it's time to pack up and move on to the next place. Bye bye, beautiful location. On to the next one.
So we're at our next mystery location. It's always a little mystery where you're going to end up, how nice it's going to be. Been lucky on this trip, and I think our luck is holding out. Look at this little spot.
By the looks of it, we are extremely isolated again here, more so than any other spot. There's quite a lot of droppings from, I don't know, we read that there was wild boar,
deer and roe deer, and
yes, there's quite a lot of droppings around the area, so we might see some little creatures later, which will be good.
We had a lovely drive here. Golden hour. We were saying about Extremadura being very dry and desolate. That's all changed. There's just this beautiful green forest just stretching onwards until the mountains in the distance. Beautiful.
It's a really nice spot, isn't it? It's so peaceful. We've only actually driven about half an hour or just over from the last spot. Yeah, but I think we're just going to find the doggies, make sure they're not eating any deer poo, and then just chill out for the rest of the evening. Welcome back to the exPAWers Travel and we're currently parked up just on the outskirts of the mountain town of Hervás, and we've
Hervás.
And we're currently parked up just on the outskirts of the mountain village of town, is it?
I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh, she's cooking up another giant crumpet. Here it is. What the hell is that? What happened there?
It's just the scrapings from the bowl, but it's actually made a fairly decent size deformed crumpet. This one's for me.